Boom, here we go. So I told you recently that math is a static class, and it's got some things in it that are very useful. So I want to show you those things. We'll go, you can do this if you want. Open a browser window, open up to Google, and Google Java API. So Java and then the letters API. That stands for Application Programming Interface. And click on this link, Java API. Oracle is the company that makes Java. And this is the entire specification for version 7. I don't know what version we're using. It might be this version. Over here under all classes, these are all things that are built into Java. I want you to go to Math. It'd be nice if you could just type the letter M, but I've found that that isn't the way it works. And click on Math. So Math is available to us in any program. And we don't have to read and understand that top stuff. It's been in Java since the very first version, since Java 1.0. And it's got two variable names that you can get at. Capital letter E, it's the double value that's pretty close to the special number E if you've taken Math 3 or Trig. And it has PI for pi. And then it's got a bunch of other things that it can do. You're going to want to be able to understand this sort of printout. But for today, just look right here. See where it says ABS? That's math absolute value. And you can do absolute value with a double, a float, which you don't know about yet, an integer, or a long, which again you don't know about. There's trig functions. There's different rounding functions. There's, if you scroll down, we're looking at this first word. There's a min and a max. You can send over two numbers, and then it'll tell you which is the min or the max. And then we're going to be doing this random thing today, just showing you where it is. So I think if we clicked on random, I wonder if we'd get more information. Yeah, we get a lot more information. Anyway, for today, I just wanted you to see that this stuff does live on the internet where you can look it up if you need to. But I'll show you a quick thing, system.out.println, math.pi. If we run this, we should get it, just print out pi to like 10 decimal places or more. Is that 15 decimal places? I don't know. So you can use that if you want pi. I mean, we used pi the other day, and I had the number in your program, 3.1415. But we're going to do Math.random, and I will tell you this. Math.random, how about I put it as a comment? Math.random, with nothing in the parentheses, gives you a double in this range. So 0 less than or equal to R, I'm using R for the random number, less than 1. So it could be 0, and then it could be really close to 1, but it'll never get quite to 1. So think 0.9999999, 15 nines. It'll never be 1. It could be 0, but the idea is it's going to give you a random number in that range. So I can, I'll show you. I'll put one here. We'll just run it. All right, we got 0.412. I mean, that's quite a random looking number. We got 0.012, 0.577. All right, so this is really important. Math.random gives you a double in this range. Make sure you get that written down. I'm going to turn off the laser and come right back. That's better. Somebody watching this video who didn't know me might think, what is going on with the laser? We're going to leave that to their imagination. So what I want to show you how to do next is how to get an integer, a random integer in a certain range out of this math random function. what we do, I'm going to show you. Integer x equals, you do int, because we're going to cast. Like, let's say I said, hey, give me a random number between 1 and 20. Okay, that's inclusive. So it could be 1 and it could be 20. This would be how you would do something like that. You Math.random times, now I'm going to say range plus start. So that's what you got to remember.
And what does that do?
This will give you a. I'll explain. I have to make these other variables. Int range. If we're doing 1 to 20, how many integers are there from 1 to 20 inclusive? 1, 2, 3, 20, right? It's not always that obvious, but that was pretty obvious. And the starting number is 1, right? So if we run this code now, we're going to get a random number between 1 and 20 inclusive. I'll get rid of this top line. So it was 10 before, now it's 4, now it's 2, 7, 17, 18, 2, 2, 14, 14. Anyway, you see how it works. I got a 20. I got two 20s in a row. I got a 1. So now we've done everything. We got a 1 and we got a 20. We haven't done every number in between. But so what you need to remember is the range. That's how many numbers are we looking for in the output? And then the start would be the starting number. The reason we can do this is the following. Remember, Math.random gives you a number from 0 to just under 1. So if you multiply that number, let's say it was 0.99999, so really close to the number 1, and you multiply it by 10, you're going to get a number, no matter what Math.random was, your number is going to be, could be 0, and it could be all the way up to 9.999, right? And then when you make it an int, it becomes from 0 to 9. So, if we do this range of 20, take this number, it's from 0 to 0.9999. We multiply it by 20, it'll be a new number that's from 0 to 19.9999. It's never going to be 20 if you, even if it was 0.999999 and you multiply it by 20, it's going to be 19 point, a lot of nines. And then when you make it an int, it cuts it down, it just drops the decimal, so you go from 0 to 19. And then we add that starting number right here. That's why we do plus start, and that brings it up. So it's from 1 to 20. So let's do another example. I have, I want, I'm going to delete that, and I'll delete that. So I want to do a random number from 2 to 5, inclusive. So what's the range?
5.
No.
3.
2, 3, 4, 5. The range is how many possible numbers are we talking about? I'm saying I want a random number from 2 to 5. So I don't mind that you guys jump to 5, but it's not just the top number. The range is how many numbers are we talking about? And when it's small like that, go ahead and count it on your fingers. 2, 3, 4, 5, all right? It's no big deal. So we'll say 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And the starting number is 2. So then we run it. We got 4, got 3, 2, 4. I'm going to run it until I get a 5. There we go. We got a 5. All right.
Now you get 5. What do you want 2 and 4?
I said from 2 to 5, inclusive. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 4 possible numbers we want. So we multiply by the range, which is 4, and that gives you a number from 0 to just under 4. But when you make it an int, it really becomes 0 to 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 numbers. And then when you add 2, it becomes 2 to 5. A trickier one is, let's do -3 to 3. inclusive. When I say inclusive, I just mean including the ends. So what's the range on this? Negative 3 to 3. How many possible numbers? You want to say 6, but it's actually 7. Because 0 is in the middle there. And again, yeah?
So do you just take the bigger number minus the smaller number plus 1?
That's a way to do it, yeah. Leela just said one way. You can always do the top number minus the bottom number plus 1. So if we're doing like from 1,000 to 2,000, I'd recommend doing the top number minus the bottom number plus 1 instead of counting it out on your fingers. But if we're doing, negative 3 to 3, you could just always check, like, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. Yeah, that's 7. So from negative 3 to 3, the range is 7, and the starting number is negative 3. And let's run it a few times and see what happens. We got negative 3, negative 1, negative 1, we got 2, negative 2, 0. Yeah, anyway, we got a positive 3, a couple of those. Yeah. If I want, lastly, you could have a random double variable. If you're going to do that, you would just drop the int. I guess you'd still have the range, but we'd have to make them all doubles. So double, 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 and you don't have to cast it to a double because Math.random is by default a double. So let's not do the negative 3 to 3 one. Let's do, let's just start at 0. Say we want a random number from 0 to just under 6. I think that's what we'll get here. Yeah. So we got 3.4, 2.1, 1.5, 0.8, 4.7, 5.3. Yeah, we're getting closer to 6. Often with these things, you just have to run a whole bunch of rounds and see if you did it right. But if you need a random double, the range is a little different. It's not like how many possible numbers. There's infinite numbers in there. It's just what's the top, or what's the range from 0 to that thing, and then you're just under it. Anyway, you'll have to experiment. I want to show you a very common mistake, and then we're done with these notes. I thought I could undo, but I couldn't. Here we go. It's undoing character by character, excruciatingly. Is this working again? Yeah, awesome. All right, a common mistake and is this. And I'll show you what happens. What number do I get every time?
Negative 3.
Can anyone figure out why? Well, plus start is the negative 3, but why is the range not coming into play anymore?
Because Math.random is a decimal times, and if you pass that to an integer, it drops it, then 0 times the range plus...
Exactly. Check this out. This int, because there's no parentheses around this part, the int turns Math.random into 0 every time on this code. Because Math.random is a number from 0 to 0.9999, and the int command says, hey, take whatever's there and make it an int, so it becomes 0. So then in this expression, it's 0 times the range every time, which is always 0, and then it just subtracts 3. And to fix that, the best way I've found to do it is just to put parentheses around this multiplication part. And then you'll get your, expected behavior. Okay, that's that for